My parents always said they were saving for my future. They called it my golden path, a $400,000 college fund, built over years of their sacrifices, or at least, that's what I believed growing up. They talked about it like it was this treasure waiting for me, the key to the life they wanted me to have. But when my senior year came, and I told them I didn't want to be a doctor like they had planned, everything changed. I explained that I wanted to study design. It was something I had worked so hard for, built a whole portfolio for, something that genuinely made me feel alive. Instead of listening, they turned my future into a bargaining chip. They sat me down and said, if you don't study medicine, you don't get a single dollar of that money. My father told me I was being ungrateful. My mother said I was throwing away the only chance they could give me. Suddenly, that fund wasn't love or support anymore. It was a weapon, a leash they expected me to grab and thank them for. I felt the world just collapse underneath me. The dream I had shaped for so many years wasn't even theirs to take away. But I stood my ground. I told them I wasn't choosing their dream over my own. The silence that followed felt like a funeral. The next week, I found out they had moved the entire fund into a locked investment, so I couldn't touch a single cent. They did it just because I refused to bend. They expected me to come crawling back, desperate enough to give up everything I wanted. But I didn't. Instead, I took to part-time jobs, applied for every scholarship I could find, slept maybe 3 hours a night, and started building my life with my own two hands. Every bit of progress felt like a fight, but it was mine, and I didn't owe it to anyone. Months later, I got accepted into one of the top design schools with a nearly full scholarship. When the acceptance letter came, my parents didn't celebrate. They looked disappointed, because their plan to control my life had failed. The day I left for college, my father said, "You'll regret this one day." I just smiled and walked away. The only regret I had was ever believing that the money they saved gave them the right to dictate who I should become. Years later, after graduating with honors and landing a job at a major design company, they tried to reconnect. They told me they were proud, saying they always knew I would succeed. I didn't argue. I just said quietly, "You didn't build my future. I did, with my own hands and without your weapon hanging over my head." That was the first time I saw real realization in their eyes. They didn't lose me because of the money. They lost me because they tried to buy the person I was meant to be, and I finally chose myself.